Hello, girls and boys. Welcome to Storytime Fun. We hope you enjoy it. Today's story is a Berenstain Bear story out of the Values and Virtues Treasury book, written by Jan and Mike Berenstain. And today's story is called Honesty Counts by Mike Berenstain. Who may live on your holy mountain? The one whose walk is blameless, who does what is righteous, who speaks truth from their heart. Psalm 15, verses 1 to 2. Mama, Papa, brother and sister and honey were all looking forward to the Chapel in the Woods yearly cub camp out. Mama checked off their list of items: sleeping bags, lanterns, picnic basket, tent, matches, cooking pots, and fishing poles, while Papa packed up the car. "I can't wait to sleep under the stars," Brother said. "And we're going to win the annual canoe race down the Rapid River this year. I just know it," Sister added. After the cubs got settled, they joined Preacher and Mrs. Brown, who were busy sorting life vests and paddles near the river. The annual canoe race was set for later that day. There would be 2 canoes in the race. One was paddled by Sister, Brother, Cousin Fred and Lizzie Bruin, and the other by Too Tall Grizzly and his gang. Soon everyone was gathered around. "The race will go down the rapids and around the bend in the river to the finish line at the old oak tree," announced Preacher Brown. "We'll meet up there." Finally, the time came. The 2 teams pushed their canoes into the water. "Ready? Get set! Paddle!" called Preacher Brown. The teams paddled as fast as they could. At first, the 2 canoes were neck and neck. Then Brother and Sister's canoe pulled ahead. They were better paddlers than the Too Tall gang. "Look out!" called Lizzie. "We're coming to the rapids." White water boiled up ahead of them. "Stroke, stroke, stroke," called Brother as they shot into the rapids. They swept past Big Bear Rock. "Stroke, stroke, stroke," called Lizzie as they curved around Swirling Whirlpool. "Stroke, stroke, stroke," called Fred as they bumped down 20 steps falls. Ooh. When they reached the bottom, they looked back. The Too Tall gang was nowhere to be seen. I guess they decided not to risk the falls," said Brother. "Hooray!" cried Sister. "We're gonna win!" "Hooray!" they all cried. But as the cubs drifted around the bend in the river, they saw an amazing sight. There, tied to the old oak tree that marked the finish line, was a canoe, and there, leaning against the tree, was the Too Tall gang. The cubs' mouths hung open. "How?" they gasped. "Did you get ahead of us?" "Well, nothing to it," said Too Tall with a grin. "We just paddled around one side of Big Bear Rock while you paddled around the other side." "Yeah," smirked gang member Scuzz. "You were so busy with your stroke, stroke, stroke that you never noticed us." The gang began to dance around, pretending to paddle. "Stroke, stroke, stroke," they chanted. Just then, Preacher Brown and the other campers came up to see the end of the race. So that's all there is to it, eh, Too-Tall? Said Preacher Brown, folding his arms. Are you sure you're being completely honest? What do you mean? Asked Too-Tall nervously. It seems to me I remember a shortcut around here, said Preacher Brown. He pushes aside a clump of cattails at the water's edge. Look, cried Lizzie. It's a hidden creek. A shortcut, said Brother. Too-Tall never went down the rapids. He just paddled down this hidden creek to win the race. You cheated, they yelled at the Too-Tall gang. You were dishonest. Well, I guess we were, a little, admitted Too-Tall. Too-Tall, said Preacher Brown, shaking his head. An honest witness tells the truth, but a false witness tells lies. That's Proverbs chapter 12, said Fred, who liked to memorize things. And it says, the words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Whoa, said Too-Tall, imagining the Bible verses coming alive with swords and tongues. Awesome! Yes, agreed Preacher Brown. The blessings of honesty are awesome indeed. And with that, Preacher Brown awarded Sister, Brother, Cousin Fred, and Lizzie blue ribbons for winning the race fair and square. Yay! Well, that's it for today. We'll see you next time.